it is a Warden, of course. But if you have LawLiet in your bracket and you let Twisted Meadows go through the pick and ban process, you must know that this is Warden, as pretty much everyone plays Warden these days. What do you do against it? We've seen a lot of ghoul pulls recently by Undead to wake up creeps and force them towards the Ancient of War. That is not happening here. It's just an Acolyte Scout. It is normal. And maybe on Twisted Meadows we see actually an expansion. This is the tricky part for LawLiet, to figure out what the Undead is doing. It could be a ghoul pull, it could be a tower rush, it could be an expansion, it could be a one base play. And these things are kinda intertwined. So if you fail the tower push, you can still go for attack. If you fail the expansion, you still have plan B. You gotta have your eyes everywhere at all times. And this is what LawLiet did tremendously well versus Labyrinth. The Wisps were always there where he needed them, when he needed them. Can he repeat that performance of LawLiet? Yeah, or of against Labyrinth yesterday? Was it a deny? I don't think so. Should still be level 2. Oh, we have Slippers for damage. Heal Potion for survivability, and the Wisps are indeed there. Not the perfect detonate. And 1-0 gets the big camp, but at least he got the information and the Warden is here. Level 2 unlocked. Fan of Knife Harass? Hell yeah, Fan of Knife Harass. It is exactly the opener that we've seen yesterday versus Labby, and this is a last hit steal. One right click and the Fan of Knives enough to delay level 2 for 1-2-0. If he gets this troll as well, he delays Unholy Aura, and that is huge. Stutter Step. Posturing up. This has to be a coil, right? Oh. The level of play between them already at 3 minutes 30. Pump fake, pump fake, pump fake on both sides. And eventually 1-2-0 gets it, but only on level 1.9. Now, what's the follow-up? There is 2 choices for the Night Elves. It's Huntress all in, or it's teching and counter expanding. We see tech and counter expand. What can the Warden do? This harass certainly costs some creep speed, but it also cost a delay at 1-2-0's expansion. Acolytes have to be built. Goldmine has to be unsummoned. This is a lot of time. Time that usually you'd love to use to creep now, but 1-2-0 says, okay, you harass me, I harass you. When there is an Ancient of War up, he got the Berserker for the damage output. 1-2-0 is looking for the expansion position, but he doesn't necessarily find it. Warden is healing a little bit. Didn't use too much Moon Juice. Very conservative on LawLiet during nighttime. He wants to use it at like half nighttime, I think. And this is a scouting mistake by 1-2-0, I think. I said it yesterday, and it kind of became a prophecy. The first map of any series is always the worst for 1-2-0. Like a diesel engine. He needs time to get to 100%. LawLiet has to win this map. And the Fan of Knives is doing a good job. He's still half a level away from level 3, and this will slow down LawLiet quite a bit, but it's really noticeable that these guys know each other. Pretty sure they're practicing together as well. And they counter each other. Like, if you're not in the position, the Ancient of War would be gone. It is a bit worrying from the Undead perspective to not see an Ancient a Tree of Life. First sip of Moon Juice was used. 1-2-0 now. Doesn't see it. Doesn't see it. Oh, LawLiet switched the tree position from up top to bottom right. To there. And 1-2-0 doesn't scout it. It is genius. It's so simple, but it is so genius. And that might win him this mid game. And I love that these things in Warcraft make a whole lot of a difference. LawLiet got it, I think. I'm not sure. Maybe not. I didn't get a lasted indicator here. Nah, DK got it, right? DK got it. But he didn't get the expo. Ghouls in the main. Wisp are certainly suffering, but LawLiet has arrived on tier 2 with lores coming up. And more kills, and that is level 3. Yeah, I think DK as well, Kevin. Thanks. That's a lot of damage done to 120. We don't have Nature's Blessing, but we do have Wisps in position. And these are some things that we didn't see from LawLiet 3 months ago, 4 months ago. The Wisp in position, the hero saves yesterday. These out-of-the-box expansion positions. He was oftentimes playing by the book, but then a bit too risky. He wanted to solve every problem by aggression and by risk, and that didn't work. Now I feel like he has reached a whole new level, and 120, he has to come up with solutions, but one solution is of course running the entire time, and that is the second base. That we lost a bit track of, because we were focused on the harass and the LawLiet expansion position, etc. But 120's expansion is running the entire time. He's on the way to tier 2, to tier 3, Lich is coming out, Fiends coming, Slaughterhouse, etc. Arcade, thank you very much. Warden level 3, Pendant of Energy. No boots, no staff. Is a bit surprising to me. He had the gold. And it should have been available. Double Slaughterhouse. Ooh, that's... I don't want to say it's new. But in the past 10 days, we've only seen double crypt single Slaughterhouse. And now 120 brings the double Slaughterhouse back. Telling me that it's obviously not the ghoul push, as it is expansion play. Heavy Destroyer Bust? LawLiet is very short on lumber, by the way. But he also just started the tech and the Dispel upgrade. No staff with this harass worries me a little. 120 with a bit of a conservative approach. It's not the endless wave of pressure that are crushing at the Night Elf shores. It's a rather creep-heavy game. With that expansion up, he feels confident. He must have an idea that there's an expansion coming up for LawLiet, though. Everything else would greatly surprise me to misread this game so much. Lots of Dryads by LawLiet. They are expensive in lumber. First Berserker down, 3-1 heroes only by 120. Now we got a heal scroll over boots. Okay, who needs boots when you can blink? Heal scroll will help the Dryads a little bit, trying to self this with crowd control and area of effect, draining some coils. There's no mana anymore for an additional Fan of Knife, so all the units by 120 should be safe. But Dryads offer a lot of crowd control, as you can see. Dryad control a little bit late, but he trades the Dryad for a Fiend, even though the one was denied. Maybe he can get another. And there's a lot of damage done. Statues have to do a fantastic job. Picking a fight in the middle of the game after harassing the economy is a bit odd. It is not something you see every day. And I feel like this was pretty even. Lots of consumables involved though, and especially the big healing potion is gone. With all the fiends saved and with all the HP being regenerated now by statues, this is looking quite good for 120, I'd say. Massive supply lead, of course, and that Destroyer Bust is hitting soon. LawLiet is not at level 5. LawLiet is still short on lumber, but bears are coming. How do you get that level 5? And will you be ready for this monstrous Destroyer push? You gotta have level 5. And then you gotta weather the storm. And then you gotta get a panda. But is that realistic? Khuti, thank you for the 12-month, my dude. Flute, kinda nice as LawLiet is heavy on Dryads, and it will help the Warden. LawLiet has a very strong defense with 2 Ancient Protectors and presumably Moonwells as well. Alchemist third! Whoa, haven't seen that in a while. LawLiet's so greedy, going for another base. Here comes the push by 120. 71 food, and that is prior to the Destromorph. LawLiet has a TP. Can he get in position? He got level 5. Pretty much on point. These Ancient Protectors are supposed to buy the time, and they did the job well. We got A-bombs. Is that enough healing against the Fan of Knives? He's going right in, but that damage is monstrous by 120. He's hitting fast and he's hitting hard. LawLiet needs a little bit of a miracle, but he had strong defensive plays against Labyrinth. But 120 is a different beast than Labyrinth. Can the level 5 Warden carry? These Moonwells were used for the defense, for the fighting. It doesn't keep him supply blocked for now. But that is no mana. And that is no Moon Juice. It's looking a little desperate for LawLiet in game 1. Super strong push by 120. Jesus. No chance, despite the Ancient Protector and Moonwells. Basically an A-click attack. So there is another expansion left-hand side. LawLiet kind of expected that. Now with the help of more Moonwells and maybe the Shredder, is there a lifeline for LawLiet? He needs a crazy strong fight, but so far he couldn't get the kills. Statues, strong. Heal spray, strong if you aren't canceling it yourself. How many Fan of Knives can you spam? Alchemist mana is looking good though. CK, thank you for the sub. Here we go. Bears move to the back. At least one. There's no staff just yet to save them. Still no kill for LawLiet. Not a single one. No experience on that Warden. 120 is performing on such a high level. 1,000 gold behind this attack. That is mental. Fast double slaughterhouse A-bombs, and I'm not too sure if LawLiet was ready for that. He got so much meat against the Fan of Knives. No hero pressure without Shadow Strike. And there's a lot of meat in, like, Fiends survive longer than Ghouls, obviously. A-bombs survive a lot longer with all their HP they have. And all of a sudden, this level 3 Fan of Knives is not looking good. Hard counter to the Warden, and you could even add another level on top with Banshees. That's a very scary thing. 120 coming into this tournament as one of the top 3 favorites, but with the question mark, that question mark has become an exclamation mark. The Lich is a monster too. The Alchemist has the perfect items to survive. And we play a bit of whack-a-mole here. LawLiet has come back from very bad situations with that Warden. But for that, she has to get level 6. And how do you get level 6? You need a tremendous fight, but there's heal scrolls, there's heal spray, and there's plenty of heal spray if you pair that Alchemist with the statues. And one bear after the next. 120 is finally losing a Fiend. He denied a lot. 5.5. Warden 6 is the only thing that theoretically can keep LawLiet in the game. We have 4-4-2 heroes now. Outstanding levels. Just destruction. And that next expansion is up for grabs. 120 scouting upper right if he does that shenanigan again. But this is the last step. A little bit of mana, but there's just Coil Nova and that Warden against A-bombs, man. And with all these denies, 120 is operating on an outstanding level. and takes the 1 and the 0 on Twisted Meadows. 1 Warden map hard countered. I'm still curious if the Ancient of War denied one of the creeps early on, and if that delayed LawLiet's creep route, because usually you jump across the forest, but here he couldn't do it. But that is snow of yesterday, as we say in Germany. Wisp is in position once again, and 1-2-0, very atypical, going for another expansion. This is not something you'd usually expect. This is something you have to be ready for at all times. Perfect detonate. And this time, unlike on Twisted, there's no ziggurat. He didn't have the gold for it. Demon Hunter can go for immolation, has great damage. How much damage can he do? Yesterday, he destroyed Labyrinth. With this very timing, he got the second Wisp in case there's a second second Skull. And this is the perfect early game against an expanding undead. Now 1-0 has to make the choice. Will I try this again and expand? Or will I click that tech button? Whatever he does, it's delayed. And this is why I think LawLiet is stronger with the Demon Hunter. He has the Wisps ready. He has the Scout down. He has the timings down.
Город в осаде.
And scouting is... I think scouting is 50% of success for LawLiet in this game. You always gotta be ready for whatever the undead is doing to you. Level 2 now, a little bit tricky. You don't want to get surrounded here early, even though it's tempting, of course, to do some damage with immolation. Sharp off a couple of seconds every now and then. And 1-0, best defense is counter offense. Pushes LawLiet back. The map can easily be crept. LawLiet got level 2 as well with no evasion. Oh, he's faking that expo. Ooh, he's faking that expo. LawLiet has to figure this out immediately. He's going for what he thinks is a counter expansion, but it is not a counter expansion. Ooh, this is not good. This is not good at all. Tree of Life under attack, cancelled. And there might be a Huntress Hall up for grabs. Did LawLiet get the info? Regardless, he has to defend first and foremost. This timing actually hitting a bit too early, as there's no lores to be cancelled. Yeah, undead fake expansion, man. 1-0, big brain plays. And so far, he's doing a lot of things very right. Hunter's Hall comes up, that's important. No level 3 on either side, that benefits the undead. As for the Demon Hunter, level 3 is essential for 1-0. It's a nice little bonus. Archer trap! Oh, can he close this around? There's no TP! Oh my god! What a brilliant move! But can he keep it close is the question? Doesn't look like it. Man, Shades of Happy's Burrowed Fiends of DreamHack that he did to LawLiet. Invisible Archer ambush. Got a lot of HP of that Demon Hunter. What a brilliant play. But yeah, the reveal by 1-0 as well. Like, he was even ready for it. Can you believe it? He could have hidden the archers again to keep the Demon Hunter stuck there. But 1-0 was ahead in thinking, had the Acolyte at the lab, was able to reveal the archers, and then fight the way out. Like, so many clutch plays in such little time. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant Warcraft. What? This has to come from practice games. There's no way you know this is happening. Amazing counter by 1-0. I'm not even sure what I'm more in awe with. It is a Naga by LawLiet, of course, but that he gets a lot of control in, which you absolutely need against ghouls. This is the level of play that we want to have here and that we expected from these players in this matchup. Both expansion got cancelled, and both will probably try to get another one up. Tier 2 Expo by 120. That will delay Frenzy and Destroyers, of course. One to zero roaming. Creep jacking. No last hit here. We got the Shredder up. Ancient in a bit of a desperate situation. 2.8. We need some ghoul kills for that level 3. Level 3 is a game changer, but you really don't want to lose the Shredder. LawLiet was lucky that 120 wasn't able to get the Zeppelin. With that, the Shredder is safe, and you get a lot of control in now. Good position by 120. Demon Hunter has to move around the Tri-Hero, but the control of the Naga, he has one more coil because it's only level 1 mana burn. Otherwise, that could have been a hero kill right there. Now we got level 3. This is an insanely high level of play here on map 2. What a setup this is. Now, shoes on the other foot. LawLiet making a conscious decision to use the Naga Dryads for the crowd control to slow 120 down. Usually, it's time for the Demon Hunter to roam, to burn, and the Naga is creeping to level 3 because you value that level 2 Fort Lightning so much for the expansion. But this is a different game. Sappers! Sappers! He got the Ziggurats! 120 is supply block. What an attack by LawLiet this is! Even in supply now, but 120's game is a bit ruined here. There is a tag running. There's no second Necropolis. Every Acolyte that falls now is benched for a long time. And there's very little that you can do against the Zeppelin as long as you don't have weapon. That upgrade just started. It is a fast upgrade though, so if you're LawLiet, you gotta calculate that in. Town Portal is up there, and the Dryad Ice Arrow combo is quite a disaster. Look at that Zeppelin play. It's outstanding. Kills a fiend. The statue might also be up for grabs. LawLiet, what is this Zeppelin play? Can you believe it? Gets the first statue. This is one of the best Night Elf micro that I have ever seen in my life. Gotta be careful. And he's moving away with the web up, with the fiend down, and just flies away. What a brilliant execution that was. But 120 is on tier 3 and he still got that base. That separate play was expensive. He did a lot of damage with it. Grubby in chat agreeing that this is the best Night Elf micro that he's ever seen as well. Great minds think alike. He worded it a bit different, but the message is the same. One to zero's levels are abysmal. 2.5 and 1.5. Still, the problem is the Haunted Gold Mine at the 6 o'clock. This was all fun and games. This was all good delay. This will buy a lot of time, which you need as a Night Elf, but it's still an undead on 2 bases. Globe Trotsky, thank you for the sub. What he got? Level 3 on the Naga. 120 claims the middle. Lots of claws on the Lich and a Sobi mask on the DK. The items are not bad. Talisman, bit unlucky for LawLiet at the red spot. Plus an Invo potion for 120. 60 food. How do you follow up that impressive Zeppelin play? He's trying with the counter expansion for 120, scouts it immediately. Yo, Grub, if you want to co-cast, just call whenever you feel like it, whenever you have your hands free for that. We have a clean feed, so no annoying games joining, etc. You're welcome anytime. But can LawLiet recover? He still has to recover, which sounds odd. After what we've seen. But yeah, the expansion is the game-winning move. You can style all you want. You can Zeppelin micro all you want. But if your opponent gets 50 or 40% more income, then you're in trouble. Oh, 120 is anticipating the Zeppelin drop. Scouts it. This is very problematic. He can only unload a bear. This is not good. Zeppelin, is it all blocked there? Will it die? Oh my god! Loses the Demon Hunter, calls for the game! The first Zeppelin micro was some of the best we've ever seen. The second Zeppelin move killed his tournament. Oh, what a fall from grace for LawLiet. But 120, how can one human being be so ready? And you gotta contest the undead across the entire map. LeBlanc Meow, thank you for the 3 month. Will 120 decide to go for an expo again here on Concealed? Very unlikely. It's such a hard camp and he knows that LawLiet can harass him with the demon. Starts off with a claw. That is nice. What's next? Instant harass, no skill chosen yet. Circlet on the Demon Hunter as well, a little bit Sonic-esque. And that is delaying level 2. The turtle camp is a relatively easy level 2. It would be half a miracle if LawLiet is able to do something about that here. And then the momentum shifts a little with the aura up. We got a Wisp in position in case there's an opportunity for a massive detonate, but there isn't. Very aggressive play by LawLiet, trying to catch some ghouls off guard. Micro's looking good, Archer to the side, but Demon Hunter so far stalling. And I wonder if that investment is worth it. Drutaro, thank you for the sub. Because the Demon Hunter isn't progressing and you need a quick Demon Hunter progression. It is mana burn. Few coils, that's always creep speed. Wakes up the Magi with the Wisp in position. Here's the detonate. 3 skeletons. Nice, and that's how he gets the level 2. Well done. Anticipated this creep spot, was ready for it. So prepared. Doom Train, thank you for the sub. And that ruins the level 2.5. These guys know each other inside out, man. It is quite spectacular. Even these tiny moves. Hunter's Hall is still on time. He's gonna go for a Naga again, so the early resources on tier 2 will go to the second hero anyway. 120, trying to get XP. Trying to flee from the Demon Hunter, but that ain't easy. Because there's wisps everywhere, there's archers everywhere. Still a hair too late. So who's this better for now? LawLiet has the Ancient of War in position for the lab creep. I don't think that is level 3. Has to follow it up somehow. Naga by 120. Ooh. Counter aggression. Naga caused a lot of headache on map 2. And we're fighting for the red spot. We are indeed fighting for the red spot. The stalemate breaker. Demon Hunter has boots. Demon Hunter has a lot of damage. Archer's a bit exposed. Gotta operate on 2 screens here now. Who keeps the Naga safe? Who keeps the tier 1 unit safe? Can't get surrounded. There is no staff. Almost walks into a trap. And now, I think it's 1-2-0. Who's able to put pressure onto LawLiet. Tier 3 queued on both sides. Doomtrain with another sub. Thank you. Yeah, it is a little bit of a dance. They don't have anything at the lab yet, but 1-2-0 is on the way. And while we have this moment of silence, kill Grim with the 10 gifties! Madman, thank you! Now we come in again, a little bit of recovery thanks to the moon juice. The reveal was on time. And we slaughter ghouls. Every single ghoul you kill now won't hit you with the frenzy push. Always gotta have that in mind. DK skeletons harass the back, but Demon Hunter harasses the Naga. And I feel like LawLiet is in solid control of this game, but how do you defend the timing when there's Ghoul Frenzy and Destroyers and a Lich with not a single hero on level 3? That is a problem. But on the other side, we have no level 3 either. No staff. This will be a town portal at some point, but he's trying to stay in this fight for as long as humanly possible, as at the moment there's only 6 ghouls remaining, maybe even 5. Naga! Demon Hunter dives back in! Potion! To the rescue, but LawLiet, I don't think there's enough damage anymore. We don't see a Lich on the horizon. Solid block on the DK, very healthy, and with that he will trigger the TP, or will he not? So greedy, the sheep block! And that's why you kill the critters all the time. Nature obviously in favor of the Night Elves. Who had the better game? So far. LawLiet has a fast tier 3 but low heroes. Same for 1-2-0. Moon Juice is fine, but it's the beginning of daytime. Just Ross, thank you for the sub. 75 month, insane. Nobody has a big bank. I think 1-2-0 cannot really go for the fastest push that I've seen him do. But with this guy, you never know. Aiming for the red spot again. LawLiet, Scroll of the Beast, useless item. So red spot 1-2-0. Naga level 2, good scout. 0.2 levels for mana burn 2. Whoa, the pull didn't work. LawLiet checked the high ground, sees the creeps are gone. 1-2-0 is busy here, and he can go for the green and maybe the fountain. Helm of Valor, solid. That would have been an outstanding item for the Demon Hunter. It could be fountain, it could just be shop for invuln. Yeah, okay, we're doing that. We are not at the stage of the game where LawLiet wants to fight. No Fog Lightning, no Staff, no Orb. And 1-2-0 is accelerating. No second base, it is pretty straight up. But it's 2 red spots for the Undead, and it's for now 0 on the Night Elf, but now there's Belt of Giant Strength. I like it on the DK actually, to be that tanky. He needs it. If the DK dies, game's over. Oh, this takes a long time. This takes a long time. How was the math? Does it check out for level 3 Naga? 1-2-0 is just faster in everything he does. 600 gold LawLiet. What? And he's losing the Naga to the creeps! To the creeps! Oh, LawLiet, he was laughing as well! No way! Oh no! The bear! It wasn't the creeps, it was his own bear! In the winner bracket semifinal, he wanted to shift the aggro away from the bear and he kills his own Naga. Oh my god, what a huge blunder. We were praising LawLiet in the highest tones. These mistakes, they did not happen the past couple of weeks. And now on the biggest stage, they're happening again. Oh, brother. If he holds now, though. Imagine. To his own bear. What can you say? That is not allowed on this level and this should and must be punished. Invo potion used early. This needs a million Hail Marys to land now. 1-0's army is strong. Everything is healthy. The items are looking fine. Like 1-0 is so prepared for a DK hero focus with all the scrolls and the potion and the levels and items. Just everything. Just total annihilation. No chance for LawLiet in this entire series. Not on Twisted, hard-counted Warden. Not on Northern Isles, where 1-0 knew every step of the way, and here on Concealed, like... This could have been a good map. This could have been a good map for him, but... Not when you kill your own Naga. Obviously, you try to fight. Anticlimactic series, I gotta say. I expected absolute fireworks. I expected 50-50 situations on every single map, but 1-0 shows up and shows the world that he's ready to fight and he is ready to win his first major tournament in 9 years. LawLiet still holding with a couple of Moonwells, with access to the shop, with instant reinforcements, but now he's supply blocked. Hanging on by a thread, by a rejuve. The heal potion is still there, by the way. So if there's a hero focus, yeah, that didn't work either. Not LawLiet's day today. As good as he looked yesterday versus Labby, as bad did he look on game 3. And as chanceless did he look in this entire series. Solid Naga defense. But yeah, those mistakes, not allowed. GG. He knows that wasn't his best. 1-0. Winner bracket final. Top 3 finish. And LawLiet was no opponent today. Nice ideas. Yeah, I killed my own Naga, dude. Duh. Oh. Not the series that we wanted to see. But in a tournament like that, if you want to claim the championship, you gotta bring your A game